how set variometer and FrSky Taranis and how install it. On variometer, on standard FrSky variometer, this is precise version. You can buy two versions. This is precise version. You can remove these cables, because I will make now a movie how connect it on standard X8R receiver, and these instructions will be same for all X series receivers, X8R, X6R, X4R. Yes. So on this receiver we will connect this Vario by smart port. So these cables or wires are for connecting of Vario on all the receiver, so you can without worry disconnect it, remove it. For smart port we need this cable, just servo wire. You can find it in a package with this Vario. So connect it on smart port. You can see two smart port connectors are here. Why two? Because one smart port is for connecting of Vario to receiver or other sensor, and second connector is for connecting other sensor just in chain of sensors. So black wire on edge of variometer, and on X receiver on X8R is smart port. Here you can see this logo. Just connect it. That's all. This is connected Vario. This is all about installation. About installation of the model. Better is when you switch on your model on field, wait for 10 or 15 minutes for perfect zero of Vario, because Vario must compare temperatures and pressure, because if you will switch on airfield and you will fly immediately, probably during 10 or 15 minutes your zero will be moved for, I don't know, plus 10 or 15 meters. If you important for you number close to zero, just wait for 10 or 15 minutes. Or you can fly with this problem, and after 10 or 15 minutes you can easy move or calibrate sensor on new zero. But this is only if you perfectionist, because I don't know, for me it's not example if I am 300 or 305 meters altitude. So now about Taranis. I will create a new model, and on telemetry screen here, down, here you can see variometer, source, V speed. This is just this sensor, because you can use different variometers with different connections, but for this type of for all by smart port connected FrSky variometers use this V speed. These four numbers, -10, -half, 10. What it means? -10. This is H value when variometer or Taranis, actually Taranis will tell you just the variometer sound will works. Yes, under -10 it will shut up. -half, it is number minus half meter per second descent, minus 10 meter descent will end variometer sound, minus half meter per second descent will start, plus 5 meter descent again will start, not descent, climbing, plus half meter climbing will start variometer sound and will end if climbing will be more than 10 meter per second will start. You can change you can change this number, but I think this is standard setup. And this altitude, it means if you will check in this box, you can see on home screen some curve which show you the curve of your altitude. On screens, on telemetry screens, you can of course you can select values about from variometer about altitude and climbing and descending. So probably what will be interesting for you will be alt. Be careful about it, because we have two alt values here, alt and G alt. G alt is altitude from GPS sensor, but we need alt maybe a second. Here alt. This is value from from a variometer. Yes. On next or next value, maybe we can set vertical speed . It is here somewhere. Here, vertical speed. Vertical speed is just value of climbing or descending in meter per second, or in imperial units, of course, in imperial units, not in meter, but I don't know what we used. So I will connect variometer on battery. Okay, of course, receiver must be binded. I think it's clear. And on telemetry screen we can see altitude and vertical speed. You can see altitude is growing up slowly. How I say, better is wait for 10 or 15 minutes if you important, because this is 1 meter. Yes, 1 meter. If it's 1 meter difference important for you, wait for 10 or 15 minutes and reset it. Now I will change the altitude by my mouth. This is descending and this is climbing. So how reset it? Just press enter, reset, and you can reset all, or you can reset only telemetry. Now you can see we are on 0. Yes. What about vario sound? Of course, everybody wants vario sound like in true glider. Just go in special functions and first set a switch which will switch on variometer. For example, I will use this switch in up position. Yes. Function just vario. this, and you can see it works. Again, I will simulate climbing or descending by my mouth.
Telemetry lost.
I am too close. Just Vario. Actually, if is someone beside me on airfield and I listen it for 1 hour, I won't kill him. So, what next? Maybe we won't know and how I use variometer mainly. I won't use how is altitude, where is my model. So, again, switch. I will use this switch, and I want play value, and which value? Just sound, just altitude. Again, be careful, not G alt but alt, altitude from variometer. This is long way to altitude. So where is it? This is altitude. And here, if it's 1x, it means it will say it to you one time.
3.6 meters. 3.6 meters.
I will set the volume up.
Measures. 3.8 measures.
Too much probably. Or if I will change it on time value, it means each 1 second it will tell me, each 2 seconds, each 3 seconds, etc. from 1 to I think 60 seconds. I will show you.
4 measures.
It's too loud.
Measures. 4.5 measures. 4.6 measures. 4.6 measures.
So you can see our altitude is slowly still growing. I will reset it again. How I say, 10 or 15 minutes and it will be okay. And here is curve of altitude.
Radio antenna defective.
This is not problem, this is problem only after resetting your flight. Yes, this is not problem, this is not true problem. If you reset your flight, maybe you will see this message. So, again.
0.4 measures.
Okay, now I want set next message for vertical speed. So new special function, for example this switch on down position, and again play value, and which value? Vertical speed. But where is it? I don't know. Too much values. Easy to lost it. Be fast. This vertical speed. Again, one time or each 3 or 10 seconds, for example. We can try it.
0 meters per second.
Yes, I will change it on each 3 seconds, same.
0.1 meters per second. 0.3 meters per second.
And again I will simulate...
Telemetry lost. Telemetry recovered.
Too close. I will simulate climbing or descending.
0 meters per second. 10.2 meters per second. Minus 0.1 meters per second. Minus 10.2 meters per second. Minus 0.9 meters per second. 0.2 meters per second.
And now I want by my Taranis, tell me if I will be, for example, 15 meters in altitude, 15 meters. Tell me. We will use logical switch and special function. So go on logical switch and we will create logical switch 1, which will be on if, and now it's important, if I will switch, if logical switch will be on if altitude will be exactly 15 meters, it could not works, because Variometer sent the data in some steps, and for example, if your climbing is strong, Variometer can send signal and Taranis can send value. For example, not 15 meters altitude, but 14.5 and 16. And both of these values are not 15. So this logical switch will not works because value will not be 15 meters, will be 14.5 and 16, for example. Next is something about. So something about 15 meters. It could works if your climbing will slow, but I use if altitude is bigger than the set value. Yes, I just tested. I use it and I use this value, a bigger than x. When a will be alt, so altitude, and value will be 15 meters. So logical switch 1 will be switched on if altitude will be bigger than 15 meters. And you will see Taranis will not say 15. For example, if climbing is growing up, Taranis will tell you value, for example, 16 or 17 meters, because some time response is here. So I will copy this switch, this special function, and special function switch it on by logical switch 1 from previous screen.
3 meters.
And play value alt, but only one time. So logical switch 1 will be switched on if altitude will be bigger than 15 meters. And if logical 1 will be on, Taranis will play value altitude one time. I will simulate it by my mouth. I will reset telemetry again, of course with worst message, probably without messages today. So listen.
17 meters.
Yes, not 15, because in time of message altitude was not 15 but 17. I will try slower.
meters.
Yes, so something like that. And same way you can create a message for climbing, vertical speed, etc. So again,
minus 0.2 meters, minus 0.2 meters, 0 meters per second.
I hope it can help you. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.